Right, lads, we are back. You know, it's been a while. Last game was obviously Wrexham against Grimsby a couple of weeks ago, but we are back and we are reviewing the season. So today I'm going to be comparing my League 2 predictions that I made at the start of the season, the link to that video will be in the description, to what the actual table was, and it's safe to say they weren't very good. So, starting off in 24th place, relegation. Obviously, Scunthorpe, awful season, absolutely abysmal, you know, they went down. I predicted Hartlepool. You can understand seeing as they came up, but wasn't the best in the end. Now in 23rd place was Oldham. Obviously they had the mess of the season on and off the pitch with the owners and the pitch evasions, all a mess. I predicted Scunthorpe, so very close. They finished bottom. At least I got one. Now here is where we start the complete downfall. 22nd place was Barrow. They stayed up. I predicted Sutton. Sutton finished 14 places above where I predicted them to finish. I mean, who expected Sutton to be as good as what they were? They nearly went up, for God's sake. They nearly got in the playoffs. Yeah, let's just say it wasn't a very good prediction. In 21st place was Stevenage. I predicted Crawley. I was 8 places off. It could be worse, but it could be better. No, I had Crawley so low. Probably because they beat us 3-0. But Crawley finished mid-table, very average season. In 20th place was Carlisle. They didn't have the best season. Obviously, they did well in the end to stay up. You know, they got a good few results. However, I predicted their rivals, Barrow to finish 20th, which wasn't too bad, you know, 2 places away. Now in 19th place was Harrogate Town. Unfortunately, they didn't have the best season and definitely not as well as I expected. However, I had Swindon, who I believe finished 13 places away. It doesn't get any better, does it? In 18th place was Rochdale, a very disappointing season seeing as they came down from League 1. And I predicted, yet again, like Carlisle and Barrow, their rivals, I predicted Oldham. In 17th place was Hartlepool, which, you know, it's not too bad of a season. It didn't end off very well, but someone who came up and I predicted bottom, they had a good season. However, I predicted Port Vale. And I was, 12 places off? In 16th spot was Walsall. Didn't have the best season overall, to be honest, especially with their high expectations. I predicted Harrogate, who finished 3 places below. Not too bad. In 15th place was Colchester. Average season, you know, they had a few really poor results, but they kind of brought it back in the second half. I predicted Mansfield, team that got to the playoff final. You can understand when they had the first half of the season like they did, like that they were absolutely abysmal. Second half was just incredible. In 14th place was Bradford. Bradford should have had a much better season than what they did, you know, with Mark Hughes and Derek Adams. Both high expectations, should have been right at the top end of that table. However, they finished mid-table, and in 14th I had Newport. Not too bad, 3 places off. Always around the playoffs, but dropped off at the end, so not too bad. In 13th was Leyton Orient, and here we go. Here's another absolute stinker. I had Exeter. Exeter finished second and nearly won the league. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but there's another stinker for you. In 12th place finished Crawley, and you won't believe this. Do you remember when I said 21st or whatever it was? Stevenage finished, and I had Crawley predicted there. Yep, I've got Stevenage finishing 12th. I don't know what the odds of that are, but yeah, another absolutely shite prediction. Now in 11th we have Newport. You know, like I explained before, they were in around the playoffs and dropped off. I had Bristol Rovers predicted there. Got bloody promoted. I'm not doing flaming well on these, am I? I'm really not. I think if it carries on, these could be some of the worst predictions I've ever done. In 10th place was Salford. Yet again, another team that probably should be in the round of playoffs with the money that they spend and all that. And they were there pretty much, but didn't quite get there. I had Bradford, which at the end of the day is probably not too bad, seeing as I'm not predicting them right up there as well. I had them, you know, outside the playoffs, and that's where they were. Now here we go. Here is the good one. Tranmere Rovers 9th. You know how much I go to Tranmere. I bloody predicted them right. I had them finishing 9th. All you saying, oh, why do you go in the away ends? Because I know Tranmere well. I know them well. 9th place, spot on. Tranmere ultra right. In 8th place, as I explained right at the start of the video, was Sutton. Had an amazing season. Sutton absolutely unbelievable. They were literally right up there with the top 3 at one point. And predicted there, I had Salford, who finished 2 places below. hey, we're not doing too bad here. Maybe it's not as bad as what I thought. Now, 7th place was obviously the playoffs. Mansfield finished 7th and they got to the final. I had Forest Green there. They did win the league, so at the end of the day, it's not the best prediction, but at least I had them that end of the table, okay? At least I didn't have them, like, bottom or something like that. Yeah, I spoke too soon. 6th place was obviously Swindon, had a very good year in the end, and, you know, they were knocked out in the semi-finals, Port Vale. I had Colchester, who finished bloody 15th. Yeah, I think I know which ones I predicted top few, and it's safe to say that it's just rubbish. I'm so bad at this. Yep, I was spot on. 5th place, Port Vale, and I predicted I predicted Walsall. Walsall finish high next season, please. Okay, I've just seen 4th place. I've only got to done it.
He's done it!
4th place. Who did I predict 4th? I'm also a Northampton ultra. Northampton and Tranmere. I know your clubs very, very well. But I know ball. I clearly know everything. Right, this one I'm not blaming myself for. 3rd place was Bristol Rovers. Obviously, that incredible last day, that 7-0. I had Leyton Orient. Now, if any of you know how well Leyton Orient did in that first half of the season, you can back me up. They were amazing. But I'm going to blame myself for this one. So, 2nd place was Exeter. Obviously, very good to see them go up in the end. You know, it took them a while. I had Rochdale, you know, obviously they came down from League One, and I was 16 places off. A very, very poor year for Rochdale. Finishing off with 1st place. Obviously, Forest Green had a very, very good year. So the first 2/3 of the year were amazing. Obviously had a dodgy spell, but deservedly won the league. I had flaming Carlisle to win the league. Why did I have Carlisle to win the league? They finished 20th. They nearly went down. They were literally by the relegation zone, probably in it. Oh. Just before I forget, here's a picture of like the comparison and how far away I was off the teams. Right, well, if you enjoyed that stinker of a video of predictions, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe and turn on that bell, you know. League One will be coming soon, I'm sure the other two will be as well before the season starts, and my predictions for them, hopefully the better than this, will be out soon as well. I will see you in the next one.